You know, it's times like these that you can see that almost anyone can change. And it's nice to see that putting your faith in human beings...
Season 4 was a lot better than I thought it was. It brought a lot of memories of who I was with from my review in progress. They've become unforgettable experiences for me that will hopefully lead for the better. I can remember like it was yesterday when I first started. I never thought that time would pass by this quickly, but looking back, they have something for me to truly appreciate. Admittedly, a lot of us have been dysfunctional, and even worse, we were given a rather bad reputation of the fandom. This was not meant to happen.
Oh, you silly knucklehead. If you think you're going to easily regain my attention after that speech of yours, you are sadly mistaken.
You dumb son of a bitch.
From talking about one subject for too long to getting to a subject before she can establish anything you would agree with her on. Most of the time she doesn't sound like she even gives a shit, so why should I care about her opinion if she herself doesn't seem to care? Oh, what's that, Jerry Pete? You think the show got better after she stepped down? Well, you better...
Wait, did you really cite Jerry Pete?
Or you can act like a petulant child about it, and I don't want to I don't want to name any names, mysterious Mr. Enter.
I was hoping you might.
So you wouldn't recommend making a video where you put like 2 airsoft guns in your mouth?
Hey!
Oh,
I noticed, yeah, when I made a response to when Mr. Enter's channel went down, Jerry here went and commented on, well, when I was talking about something or other about censorship to that. I was wondering how you felt about the Mr. Enter thing.
Was that... Wait, hang on a second.
Dreamcatcher, yep, that's me. That's my secondary. When I want to be a dick, I have a secondary channel.
It was like the one where, oh yeah, I saw that. Like that was probably, yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a very
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I find that one of the biggest things. Well, this is the thing that's probably most important because copyright holders pay attention. They pay attention. They see how you react and whatnot. And if you get a reputation of being a fucking rage bitch about the whole thing. I'm not gonna look. Honestly, I'm just not gonna hold back about it. If you get a reputation of being a fucking rage bitch about the whole thing, they're not gonna want to work with you because it's just gonna be a matter of you're just a petulant child. We have the power in this relationship. You're nothing to us. It's kind of like, and I find it really grinds my balls when people say it's like, oh, Viacom did this because they can't take criticism. They're fucking Viacom.
After an explosive reaction that played a role in scaring off one of the best writers of the show into leaving the writing staff to join up with Disney, GoldenFox made a vow to control his attitude and plan on being better-natured towards any episode that happened to be written by Amy Keaton-Rogers. A well-made promise that he loves to keep by opening his review of Testing 1, 2, 3 with a fucking rant!
I'm going to show you, at the cost of my own well-being, and my standing in the community, of showing you what GoldenFox's patience looks like. Sir.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to do this. You aren't all to blame. The Rift is a place I once loved and cherished, that saved my life and always brought me joy in my very bleak and hurtful reality. But something changed. There are people in here, and you know who you are, that get joy from the pain of others, that would love to see them hurt and see no problem with it, that don't care. That see this place as a silly, absurd group rather than what it truly is, or was. A community of people who create wonderful things, and together can create even more. But people have destroyed and not respected that concept. I'm sorry I have to do this, but until this group is returned to the way it was, where we can at least respect each other as people, I have to go. You are all welcome to contact me. You are all still my family, and that will never, ever change. I still love you all. It's just this hate that oozes from here. I can get enough from my own home life. I'm sorry. Goodbye for now.
I didn't deserve this opportunity. It meant a lot to me that after I acted like a jackass and I was given a second chance, I don't have the proper words to express what it is when you get a shot that you don't deserve. I thought if I could sit there and calmly explain things to you, you'd be a reasonable person. My only issue is so much of this could be cleared up lickety-split. I know you've been noticed by Josh Scorcher either by sheer negligence, he hasn't sat you down and told you what you're doing is completely wrong, or you're getting a pat on the back and a old attaboy for basically giving Josh an opportunity to fuck with people in his stead while he keeps his hands clean. I find it repulsive and repugnant. It wouldn't be an isolated incident for Mr. Scorcher, basically to walk away from one of these situations and making it worse by playing childish and bullshit games. The question is here, when I came at you last time and I was entirely out of line, by the way, I'm not apologizing at all. I've sat down with a series of people within the analysis community. I've had words and I talked with Tommy Oliver, Toon Critic, Digi, members of Two Best Brothers Bitch About Ponies, and not a single person in the analysis community told me I was wrong for kicking your teeth in the way that I did. In fact, they came out and supported me in the comments section of that video where I tore you up. I don't see Josh backing you in your comment section, Miss Anthropony. I see one lone, bitter, shitty little man who's either reached out far beyond his grasp with sheer hubris, or Josh is pulling your strings from behind a curtain. Either or is entirely unacceptable. I don't appreciate it, and I think you should grow the fuck up. I've made mistakes myself. I continue to make those mistakes. You should take your video down about GoldenFox. You claim to be upset and sorry and upset about how you handled the whole mage thing, but that video's still up. You're going to continue with this whole matter, and in all likelihood, seeing that you're getting the success that you are, you're probably going to move on to a whole new batch of targets when you run out of your 6. Your 4chan mentality sickens and disgusts me, sir, and I wouldn't take it from my best friend, let alone a piece of shit like you.
Yeah, if you have a question, go ahead.
That does raise the question. A question. This is a question I like to roll out a lot. What is a popular what is a popular brony reviewer that you just don't get at all? Why he's popular?
I love how he asks that.
That I'm actually going to think about, because there's actually a couple of reviewers in which I admittedly don't like, but I know that that's for a certain target audience. So I don't want to go and trash talk anybody or say anything bad to anyone.
You're trying to get Goldie in trouble,
Map, if you're listening, take a note.
Map?
Jerry Pete.
Miss Anthropony.
Yes.
I've taken to hyphenating the name so I don't have to say it.
Yeah, the less we talk about him, the better.